This headset, the Oculus Quest 2, is probably the hottest VR headset of the year. It's been gone for a while now, but very soon it's coming back. Not only that, but it's coming up to its 1-year anniversary. So I decided, you know what? It's probably a good idea for me to make this video for all the new people that are going to be coming in very, very soon with their brand new 128GB Oculus Quest 2s, about the best accessories and things you should and shouldn't do. So let's get right into it. So, first things first. Comfort. The original headstrap for the Oculus Quest 2, the one that it comes with out of the box, is pure and utter bad, okay? It's not that bad, actually. I don't know what I'm talking about. I used that thing for a very long time. I used the original headstrap on the Oculus Quest 2 for a very long time. So it kind of depends whether you find it comfortable or uncomfortable. It is completely and utterly subjective. For some people, your ears might be in the way, however for others, they might not. And let me just say, it is still the most comfortable headstrap to sleep in ever, because all the others are plastic and they get in the way. This one is flimsy and soft. However, if you do have the extra change to spare, I would recommend grabbing a different headstrap. Now, while I would not necessarily recommend grabbing the Elite headstrap, I myself have had no issues with it and absolutely love this thing, especially with the extra battery. These things are known to snap, and they're known not to have solved that problem. I have a lot of friends and people over on the Discord that have purchased the third-party Halo headstrap, and they're speaking very highly about it. In fact, Axel, one of our admins, has that Halo headstrap, and he's also spoken very highly about it. So in case you guys want a little bit of extra comfort to begin your journey with VR, I would say a headstrap is probably one of the best places to begin. However, the headstrap isn't the only thing you might first want to replace when this comes out of the box. I know, it's just come out of the box and we're already replacing stuff. Don't worry, we're gonna move on to the tips and tricks in just a little bit. However, this thing, the faceplate, this was the cause of so many issues. This thing, well, not this one specifically, this is the fixed one. The faceplate of the Oculus Quest 2 was the cause of many Quest 2 recalls. I don't know what they did to produce it, but essentially it would cause a lot of skin irritation for a lot of people on the face. So Oculus started offering VR cover replacements for older Quests built before they changed their production process. But in case you're not one of those people that has had irritation, I myself didn't have much irritation at all with the original faceplate. It was just very uncomfortable. So while it didn't cause irritation, it kind of felt like sandpaper on my skin. So to any of those people that feel like the original faceplate might not be the most comfortable thing in existence, I would most certainly recommend a VR cover. I do have a link down in the description for VR cover. They produce many, many things. It is an affiliate link. When you purchase something, you don't pay anything extra, but I get a little bit in return. But yeah, I've been using VR covers on all my headsets, and to be honest, I absolutely love these things. Definitely recommended. For people that wear glasses, like myself, this is also very important. I would not wear the headset without the glasses spacer, okay? Full stop at all. Don't even try, because one time is one time too much. Now, I don't wear my glasses inside the headset at all. I used to have a CV1. Not only did my glasses get scratched, the lenses also got scratched, and you're not replacing these, okay? So what you want to do as soon as possible is get yourself Oculus Quest 2 prescription lenses. So I am not going to recommend any company in particular. All I can say is that I have these Vidma VR lenses, and while they are perfectly fine for me, I know people have had issues with the company in the past. These aren't sponsored. I bought these myself before I even started doing YouTube properly. The only negative part I can say is they are 3D printed, and this one here has already snapped, but it does snap into place. This way, if you have prescription lenses for your headset, you don't need to wear glasses, you don't need to worry about scratching, and it's just overall a lot more comfortable. Now for the controllers, and we're moving on to the tips and tricks. Now, the controllers for the Quest are an interesting little thing, because these have gone through multiple iterations. First, we had the rings going downwards on the CV1, then on the Rift S, the new controllers came in, and they stayed the same for the Rift S and the Quest, and now we've got these, and I can see here I hit a wall with this one. What I've got on here is pretty much the full VR cover kit. So I have on here the VR cover grips, incredibly comfortable, seriously. They essentially allow you to let go of the controller kind of Valve Index style when throwing stuff. So I really like these, and while you should also have the hand straps on with this, my hands are so incredibly small that these things grip onto them perfectly, and I essentially don't need to worry about them falling out. It's the benefit of tiny, tiny hands. Now, in case you guys instantly want to try out these grips, and you've got small hands like myself, you can actually try out this GIF that's on screen right now. This is a little tutorial I did a very long time ago that you could do with your controllers the second they come out of the box, and you will have grips if you have very tiny hands. And this thing up here is the controller guard, also from VR Cover, that will protect your controller if you decide to hit something with it. Now, while this isn't ultimate protection, it is enough protection for me to feel way more comfortable when, for example, hitting a wall by accident, even though I see right here, it's blue, so I hit a wall. Now, let's move on to the tips and tricks. Now, this one is going to seem pretty obvious and something you should do from the very, very beginning, and that's because it is. The Quest 2 does have manual IPD adjustment, and contrary to popular belief, you can actually set it in between the modes that it has set. So the Quest 2 has 3 modes. You've got 3, 2, 1, and it has a very distinct click. However, if you put your thumb just in the middle and gently move it, you can actually put it in between, say, 1 and 2. And the thing is, the virtual displays on the inside, they do actually move into the middles. This was proven on Reddit a very long time ago, and I did make a video about it. So this does work, and it might just help you out getting a little bit of a better sweet spot. There's your tip. Very, very important. These are Fresnel lenses. Do not, and I repeat, do not point them at the sun. I have a window there. Do not place your Quest like this. The sun will go through these lenses and they will act as a magnifying glass. The screens inside will burn. They have been known to do that, and that is not fixable and not covered by warranty, because when you start this thing up, it tells you, do not point it at the sun. Do not leave it on a windowsill. Do not do anything like that. What I do recommend is get yourself some lens covers. Now, while I have lens covers with my prescription lenses, a ton of websites like Amazon, eBay, anywhere you can find them, they have these kind of cloth-like covers that you can put inside your headset when you're done, and they cover up the lenses. Just in case you someday forget and leave your headset laying down on the bed facing the sun, come in, look at it, and run towards it hoping it's not burnt. It's not like I'm speaking from experience. So I was actually just talking about lens protectors, and then I went around and look at this. We've got VR Cover lens protectors. Oh my god, these things look really nice. So essentially, even if you don't wear glasses, you can get yourself these from VR Cover, and they will protect your lenses from scratching, from doing anything you might regret later on. So these actually look really cool. They're made out of an actually proper plastic that doesn't look like it's going to snap on me. But yes, that's number 1. Number 2. This charging port. While I don't need to worry about it anymore because I've got the Elite Headstrap, a lot of you will. And this thing is not only fragile, but is known to melt. Not a lot of people have had that melting issue, don't get me wrong. It's not like you're going to plug it into charge and it's instantly going to start on fire for you. It is an electronic device. These things have known to do some weird things in the past. So what I actually used to have before the Elite Headstrap is a magnetic charger. And I completely recommend this. While this will not necessarily negate your worries about it melting, it will help a lot with the fragility of this charging port. Like, I'm actually moving this right now and I can already feel it moving. It gives me anxiety. This thing is very, very fragile, and I always recommend the magnetic chargers. Now, they're not the best thing when you're using the Oculus Link, simply because, well, you can't really use the Link with them. None of them are long enough to do that, but that brings me on to my next thing. If you are planning on using the Oculus Link, do not use a standard point-out Type-C cable. You will hit your hand against it and rip out the port. Again, not speaking from experience. Get a right-angled Type-C cable. Okay, so I opened another box and I found a VR Cover Type-C cable. So here is exactly what I'm talking about. This cable has to be right-angled. If it's not, we're gonna have a problem. Oh, and it's also braided. Damn, VR Cover. So here is the VR Cover Oculus Link cable. As you can see, it's right-angled. This is what I'm talking about. This is what you need. Even if it's not this cable specifically, you need it to be right-angled. This one's actually not the longest one I've seen ever. Actually, not very long at all. I recommend the 3 to 5 meter ones. The 5 meter ones are honestly the best because you won't get tangled and you won't lose out on your experience when you're trying to run around. However, I do also recommend a pulley system. If you are using the Link, get a pulley system. put it on your ceiling, you will not regret it. It moves the wire out of the way and just helps you out so much in getting not tangled. It's fantastic. If you have a VR-ready PC and you want to use Virtual Desktop or AirLink, make sure you're using your 5 GHz band. This seems pretty basic, but if you have a combined SSID where your 2.4 and your 5 GHz are combined, and all of a sudden you find you're finding issues, you could also find that your Quest has connected to the 2.4 GHz band. I don't know why it does it, but sometimes it just does. And if you are having issues, that is hopefully what has happened, because that's the easiest fix. So that's just a little tip for you right there. If you are planning on using your Oculus Quest 2 as a multimedia device, get yourself an external hard drive. Now, while this might not look like an external hard drive, it actually is. This one here is particularly small, which is perfect, because that means I can bring it around with me. But this one connects using Type-C, and the Quest fully supports USB OTG, meaning if you get yourself a little OTG adapter, you can connect a mouse, a keyboard, anything to the Oculus Quest using USBs, including hard drives like these. So in case you want to keep movies or anything like that on your little hard drive and bring it around with you to not waste your Oculus Quest 2's storage, you can completely do that. That includes USBs, by the way, just like standard little USB flash drives, because I know those will fit a few movies. But what you can't do is you can't put your games on them, which is unfortunate because I would totally do that. Another tip, to take a screenshot while in game on these controllers, you can actually press and hold the Oculus button and then press the trigger. This will take a screenshot while you're in game. That's actually pretty cool and quite handy. And another tip, in case you find yourself in a game and it's frozen, it's lagged, whatever has happened, or you just want to exit out of it quickly and force close it, well, you can press the Oculus button 4 times. When you do that, the game will force close. Even though this one doesn't seem to work for everyone. In fact, it used to work for me, but doesn't work now. So maybe it's been removed after an update? It's essentially the same as opening your app recents and swiping away on the app. Another one. Good lighting. Good lighting is usually important for the Quest cameras. Why do I say usually? Simply because I must have some supernatural model, because my one works in pretty much pitch darkness. But if you have some weird light bulbs and they're creating some unbelievably weird frequency, or it's pitch dark, you might want to replace your light bulbs. After all, this thing does use inside-out tracking, and we did have issues a while back where the Quest would completely freak out next to Christmas trees. So that's how important good lighting is. If you're having any tracking issues or tracking losses, chances are it might just be your lighting. So try a different room or try a different lighting setup and see if that fixes it. And the Quest 2 actually runs Android. So in case you have any favorite Android game you might want to play, you can actually sideload it using an Android phone or a computer. I have a whole different video on this, but yes, you can sideload fully blown Android games and apps onto the Oculus Quest and use them inside the device. Okay, now to speedrun a few. These are going to be quite obvious. The Quest 2 is white, so it will get dirty very easily. To clean it, just use any old cleaning cloth on the outside. However, on the inside, for the lenses, you have to be more careful. Please, please, please do not use your shirt for this. I have done this multiple times, and you know the saying, do as I say, not as I do. You will scratch your lenses sooner or later by doing that. I don't care how clean your shirt is. It will happen. Just use a glasses cleaning cloth or buy a proper cleaning cloth for these lenses somewhere on the internet. You can also get lens cleaning kits just for VR headsets on places like Amazon. Keep those lenses safe. They are the most important part of the headset, and if you scratch them or ruin them in any way, it will ruin your experience, and there is no going back. However, in the software of the Quest, there's more secrets hiding. If you can enable developer mode, I have a whole video on how to enable developer mode, but if you enable developer mode, you can actually access a bunch of other settings. For example, you can completely disable your Guardian in case you have a very large play space and don't want any boundaries whatsoever. I used this when playing outside. By the way, don't play outside. Again, the sun warning is there. The only time I play outside is when it's either dark or overcast. What I would recommend enabling is the pass-through shortcut. It will allow you to enter pass-through anytime you double tap the side of the headset, meaning if somebody randomly walks into the room and starts talking to you, and you need to pause the game instantly and be able to see them, you can double tap on the side of the headset without having to take it off. It's a great benefit, and not everybody knows it's there. Now, as people that aren't getting the device during launch day, you get a bunch of benefits. For example, you now have access to the experimental 120Hz option, which you will find under experimental settings. You also have access to AirLink, which is Oculus's version of Virtual Desktop, allowing you to wirelessly stream apps from your VR-ready PC to your Quest. You'll also find other things in experimental settings like desk tracking and Bluetooth pairing, in case you want to connect a Bluetooth headset to your Oculus Quest, which you can do. In here, you'll also find things like multitasking, which was recently added, which is really cool, and a few other things that you might want to play around with, for example, the Oculus Move overlay. Now, let's move on to casting. Casting is a big part for a lot of people when it comes to VR, being able to share that experience with other people in the room, showing them what you're playing, and letting them get a glimpse into your virtual world. Well, let's say you don't have a Chromecast or a smart TV, but you've got some means of opening the web browser up on your TV or something you want to cast to. All you have to do is open oculus.com/cast on the same network that your Quest is connected to on any device, and now you can cast from your Quest to that device. All it has to be able to do is open oculus.com/cast. That's really cool. Okay, so I do realize that this video was mostly meant at the new people coming into the scene, but this is where you guys come in. I would love the experienced people, the people that have been in this game for a while now, to help us out down the comment section below. What tips and tricks have I missed? What would you like the new people coming into the scene to know? After all, the VR community has been one of the most welcoming and fantastic communities I have ever joined, and there's no doubt in my mind that most of you will welcome these people with open arms and want to show them new things. So anything you might want these people to know, any accessory you would like to recommend, let us know down in the comments section below. I'm sure they will be very grateful. Oh yeah, and let me know if I mentioned something that you didn't already know, even though I highly doubt it. But yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you all have a fantastic day or night. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like. If you guys disliked it, I guess this one works too, but please tell me why down in the comment section below. If you guys are not yet part of our community, make sure to join our Discord down below. Make sure to join our Reddit, where I want to see you posting your spice memes. If you guys would like to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, we've got sick mugs down below that boost your FPS by 300% and merch that doesn't put a huge ad on your body. And if you guys want to be notified about future content coming up on the channel, then make sure to smack that subscribe button if you don't mind bell, and see you in the next video. Peace.